Hello, friendlies. Welcome to the latest in a long line of live streams here at the Raindance Bushcraft online extravaganza. Let's just put the cans on. I hope I played long enough to get us over the inevitable pre-roll advertisement. If not, then you're just going to have to come back tomorrow and watch it on the replay. Okay? So, as I sort of hinted at and then said in my my post about this live stream, today we're talking about the holiday stuffs. I want to know if you guys have any cool outdoor tools or camping stuff or anything like that on your Christmas list. If there's anything you're hoping to get, if there's anything you're giving, without spoiling the surprise for anyone else who may be watching us. And also, what are your plans over the holidays? I have one major plan that may or may not happen. I'm hoping it does because it's a home improvement thing I've been hoping to do for a long time now. I would also like to do the startup housekeeping. If you're watching me on the replay tomorrow or next week or next month, thank you for your eyes. That means a wicked amount to me. And if at any point tonight you like what you're hearing, please hit that thumbs up. If at any point tonight you do not like what you're hearing, that's all right. Frowny thumb. I do believe I just blew the smiley thumb. Did I say the thumbs up? It's not very pro, Jess. Sorry, guys. I just got a notice that I'm live streaming. Thank you, YouTube. I have poured myself a dram of the Finlagen cask strength. Okay, so what that is cask strength. This is a 58% ABV. I have no idea what that is in proof, but proof is a terrible way to gauge alcohol content. Anyway, Finlagen is not actually a distillery. This might be Kalila or something in the bottle. They're kind of an independent bottler named after a ruin somewhere. There's no distillery there. It's pretty good, especially for the price. It's definitely not one of my favorite bottles, but it is nice and peaty. A little bit of some nice smoke on that. Because it's Christmas, I'm actually treating myself to a beer as well. This, I've already cracked it open because I wasn't sure if it was going to in the mic. This is again the Bistro Le Don Sucré. This is La Princesse, so Princess, which is a blonde lager. The thing is, because I'm not drinking beer like almost ever anymore, there's nothing in the beer fridge. So I'm kind of getting to the bottom of the supply here, and I've had this for a while, so I'm hoping it hasn't gone flat. Hoping against hope that on this day of days, when I'm hanging with all you friends, the beer is not going to let me down. Man, this is a lot lighter than I usually like a beer. Not a big lager guy, as you guys know. If it's not red, brown, or black, I'm not a huge fan. But it has, obviously it's not chill filtered because there's some nice mist in there. I like that. I also have with me tonight a little bit of the old tea because tea is a good drink. Oh, and I made myself a bottle of water, but I forgot it upstairs. We're going to get through this. I'm optimistic. If I sort of, expire from dehydration, tell my wife and kids that I love them, and Camille can have all my axes. Shall we say hi to whoever is hanging out with me already? I see there are 11 of us. Just going to see. Oh, my land. We're like 4 minutes and I'm already like 15 minutes late on the chat. Okay. Charles W. Oh, he's going to check the stream out later because he's got some errands to do this morning. Several of you guys know that Charles is on the other hemisphere. So I hope to see you, quote unquote, in the, time shifted tomorrow. Bettina stopping to say hello and Merry Christmas, so she's probably already gone. But it's nice to see her name pop up before 10:55 p.m. Liz Weekly, how's it going? Yes, and Happy Christmas to you as well. Lipstick Lodge, hi there, Linda. We're getting a lot of Happy Christmases. Liz is going to be back in a few moments, okay. Yes, happy solstice. Now we're flipped. It's going to be getting longer unless you're in like Australia or down maybe where, I don't know about where Charles lives, but I know on the southern hemisphere days will be getting shorter, which is why I call this the December solstice rather than the winter. I don't use winter or summer. I use the month. That's really boring. Sorry, guys. That is so pedantic, and I have no patience for pedantry. Pedantry? Pedantry? Oh, English, you saucy minx. I think it's pedantry. I have no patience for people who are overly pedantic, which is why I did not go into philosophy. Oh, that was a terrible thing to say. David Evans. Yes, I'm having a very good evening. It was a very, very rough day, but it is so far a good evening. Kids are home, schools are closed. We're on lockdown. We're isolated anyway because of a contact that our baby had in daycare recently. So for us as a Christmas, she is over. We're stuck in the home until Boxing Day. Well, she is stuck, ergo, we're all stuck. Canadian in the house. How's it going? I see a whole bunch of smileys and stuff going on. A little bit of David and Canadian chit chat happening. Long's Quest, how is it going? Welcome to the event. Welcome to the evening. Bill Kurtz, how is it going? Hey, Martin's in the house. Nice to see you. Serge, hey Serge, did you see my pour? I did not blow the pour. I even had like some Scott towels, paper towels here just in case, but I did not blow the pour. You'll be happy to have seen that. I hope you saw that. I'm just taking a look here at Simon Forget in the house. Comment ça va, monsieur? Carol, nice to see you. And Tenenbaum in the house as well. Yes, proof. American proof is ABV times 2. I believe old school proof. British proof, I think, is times. It's not times 2. It's like it's less than that. It's different. It's like if proof is say 100, then I think British proof is like 78 or 75 or something. I don't quite remember because British proof is gone, right? Nobody uses it. And if all goes well, someday American proof will disappear as well. Grace Martin, how is it going? Yes, Martin, I saw that your product testing that stove. Something that I haven't had time to like deep dive on that or anything. Does that one like fold up in some way or roll up, or is it like a circle that you have in your pack? Because I've always been a little shy to look at those circular ones because I don't know where I would have room for that. Even if I could, like, can you nest your pot in it? Dave is doing a beer run tomorrow. Sorry. I have to do a beer run tomorrow. My beer tends to disappear quickly when hanging out with Jess and Russell. Russell has that effect on many of us, I will have you know. Kid Agent knows exactly what David's talking about. Serge is having tea. Ian the Weblord in the house. Nice to see you. Linda's asking if I have enough alcohol for quarantine. I ran out of my lot 40 this week, which is my favorite rye. I'm hoping that the missus will be home from the job that shall not be mentioned early enough that I can do one last run to the alcohol store tomorrow, because I'm out of the rye and we're almost out of her amaretto. But aside from that, I'm doing. Here's the thing: there's been a strike on at the SAQ in the warehouses, so there's nothing on the shelves practically. Like I like to gift myself a nice scotch for Christmas, but I can't do that this year because there's no scotch that's anything I would buy. There are a lot of very empty spaces. I put up a picture on my I put up a few pictures on my Instagram, the one from my whiskey channel, of what the shelves look like, and it's like no fancy whiskey for me this year. Which breaks my heart, but hey, bigger problems elsewhere in the world. So I'm not gonna, oh, poor me, no fancy scotch. It's not like I don't have more stuff to choose from. Where was I? Canadians being a funny guy. Podiatry, you study feet. You're gross. I hate feet. Ugh. Long's Quest has a beer as well, but it ain't French. What do you have? Don't you be having like Budweiser or something on my live stream, man. If it's Budweiser, I will dive through the screen to correct you. Serge saw the pour, and he should have said something. Yeah, you should have said something. Every time I do a pour and you're not here, I'm like, oh, Serge isn't here, so the pour is going to be good, and the pour is great. Every time you're here, I blow the pour. Yes, exactly, Tenenbaum. Thank you. Yes, that's what it is. I couldn't remember. I sort of did a quasi deep dive on that, kind of near the beginning of the plague, because I came across a bottle. I don't remember what it was, but it had British proof on it. I was like, what's going on here? But almost no one uses it anymore, unless I'm completely wrong about that. Oh, it does nest. Okay. Yeah. Yes, Laura. I just called you Laura. Sorry. Yeah, one of my friends from work was going to pick up the whiskey and the amaretto and drop it off, but he didn't come to town. So I don't. I'm optimistic. Don't ruin it. let's not jinx that. Okay. Oh, Bettina, you're still here, or you're back. Nice to see you so early in the night. Hike with Mike's here. Nice to see that name pop up. For anyone who hasn't checked out Hike with Mike yet, a lot of you have, but if you haven't, if you want to just zen out for like 5 or 10 minutes, he has some like, do you have like, what is it, 1 minute meditations? I don't remember the name because I've been stressing about work all day, so my mind like a steel sieve here. But he's got some really good stuff that just calms you down. Beautiful paysage, landscape and stuff down there in Florida. Evidently, David has seen my whiskey shelf. Oh, nice. Hike with Mike's got 2 weeks off, so he doesn't have to get up at 4:30 tomorrow. That's good to see. It's funny because I get up at 6:30 every day. Not this week because, as I said, we're housebound. So I've actually been able to sleep in a little bit. But I get up at 6:30 every day, and I've said this before, but I don't know if I've said it on a live stream or just in Russell's Discord, but I hate being up before the sun. I hate it. If I open my eyes and it's still dark, what I want to do is pull the blankets up. That's what I want to do. And not this morning, but yesterday, I think, 6:30 hit, and I was like getting up, and the missus said, you don't have to get up this morning, right? So she got up and made her own coffee and did stuff, and I was like, oh yeah. So I gratefully fell back to sleep. And then really soon afterwards, the little human came sort of tottering in. Daddy, pee-pee. So, okay. And I got up and I helped her pee-pee. And then she left the bathroom, and I did a pit stop while I was there. And I was like, I know she just went downstairs and she's waiting for a muffin or something. And I came out, and she was sitting on her mother's side of the bed, pulling the blanket up. And I was like, yes, So I crawled in and she snuggled up to me, and she's a little heater. She's like a little furnace. So I then woke up with about 5 minutes before I had to be out online at work. It was so nice. I'm so looking forward to not having to get up early for the holidays. That is probably one of the best gifts of the season, which, by the way, we are going to get to. I'm going through all the hellos here. Long Squist is having Rolling Rock extra pale. Okay, that's a legit choice. Bettina's going to jump in the shower in a minute, just so that everyone knows. All right, well, if you come back after that, you're always welcome back in the side chat. So let's get on to the subject at hand, what we're here to talk about tonight. I figured I would do a Christmas special. Last month, I was like, I'm going to get my gift guide out before December 1st this year. And I was looking at stuff and cataloging and pricing stuff. And I suddenly just sort of sat back and, you know what? We're in a world-spanning disaster. I don't feel like doing a gift guide. I don't feel like telling people, here's 10 things for around $100 US that you should ask for at Christmas this year. It just felt so empty. And now I kind of regret that, because maybe I should have been like, no, it's got to be business as usual. But I just felt like it was so... I know an entire family, mother, father, 2 now teenage boys, who are all suffering long COVID. They've been sick since March when this thing started. And so it's hard for me to think of... Do you hear that? I don't know what's going on upstairs, but somebody sounds like they're unhappy. I have a hard time seeing past things like that and keeping up with business as usual. Here's a little, consumer kind of stuff that we should all be doing because it's Christmas time when there are people who are so sick. And I know that is only partly the right way to look at this, that maybe, keep calm and carry on is sort of the way we should be doing it. So I kind of regret not doing the gift guide now, because it would have been just one other normal thing that happens. And because I have fun doing the gift guides, right? I get to dream about all these beautiful things that I would like to at some point acquire. And I don't acquire them all. I don't want to acquire every object that I want, because I live in a house that's full of stuff. And because if you got every physical object that you ever wanted, how would you know what to appreciate? That's why I didn't do the gift guide. But so let's just talk about the holidays in a general sense. Do you guys have some cool stuff on your Christmas list, or have you bought yourself or a loved one something kind of cool? Have you bought an experience? Are you going to be doing some winter camping over the holidays? Or, summer camping if you happen to be Hike with Mike. Do you have a family tradition that you want to share? Anything like that. Anything you want to either say in the side chat, or if you want to come on and tell a quick story and then let someone else come on, that's cool too. I've given pre-invites out to a few of my long-standing... Oh, hey, yeah.
And here's one of them now.
I was about to say, some of my mods and stuff, I sort of, every time I go on, I drop them an invite to pop on if they want.
Well, I try not to make you fly solo if I can help it,
Right. But I know that it's hard for you to get on sometimes because of work and
It is, but I think at this time of the year there's no reasonable expectation that I will do anything useful tomorrow. So I think I could probably get away with it. So absolutely. Yes, it's nice to be here and nice to be on with you after I think probably about 6 months, I would say, give or take. So
yeah. But I mean, it's... I keep wanting to do this a little earlier, but I can't. I'm trapped because I don't want to cut into Dennis's time. Right? He's supposed to go 7 to 9.
And he's actually going long tonight because he's got a Christmas special thing going
Yeah,
on.
and
So.
I assume that and he does go long a lot. But I mean, if I start at 8, then I'm legit cutting into his time. And also, I'm the one who has to usually organize the kids. So getting on can be tough. I'm saying, no, I don't usually organize the kids. I often organize the kids, but I plan around me having to organize the kids just in case.
It's a dirty job, but somebody's got to do
Somebody
it.
got to do it. So what are you doing for the holidays?
Not too much, pretty low key. I mean, but maybe some of the viewers will know my situation, which is that I hail from Canada, but I live in Sweden now, so don't have any family here other than my wife. So a lot of the things that normally would draw you to family are not really possible for me. In different times I'd probably be flying to Canada for a while, but again, because of the current situation, that's not exactly an attractive prospect. So I don't know. Hopefully, I will connect with people online. That would be nice. And other than that, spend time with my wife and take it pretty easy. One thing I will try to do is I will try to get up to my place in the slightly more northern Swedish woods.
Nice.
I one of the things I decided, and this is something that maybe others have had in their life, is that when you're paying the upkeep on two properties, that cuts down on your discretionary income. So I decided, well, that's something I'm going to do, but it means I have to cut down on little fun things of other little fun things. So
Right.
my present to myself is going up there, and
Fair enough.
being in a slightly more natural environment.
Yeah, that sounds great. Man,
Other than that, a little bit of gift giving. I mean, I got my wife a holiday gift, which I think she liked. I gave it to her today, actually. It was a book. We're those kinds of people. We give each other books, and they're appreciated.
Right.
And I gave a lantern to some guy in North America. So
That thing is so cool. I think I showed it. I did an unboxing video, and I've shown it on a couple of TikToks. And when the power went out, it was like so perfect.
I'm glad it worked out.
That's so cool. And I hadn't realized how cool the technology behind those things was. Like how much tech is in those. Because I had thought that, those two things that come down, I thought that they were just hollow as a weight saving thing. I didn't realize that was part of the whole airflow thing. It's just crazy. Someone on Russell's Discord shared a video that someone had put out. I don't remember his name, but he does a lot of how it works videos. And he had one on the the Dietz, the classic Dietz lamp. And I don't think I shared it with you guys on the on Signal, but I should have. It was just fascinating. Just fascinating.
If you look on the For Your Hand website, there's a certain amount of interest in vintage models and vintage parts but they're very clear about this. They said, no, we only make the one model now because that model, in their opinion, is ideal, and they have no interest in doing anything else. They feel like their product is as good as they can make it. That's it.
They hit on what do you call that? Lightning in a bottle? Is that what it is when you hit on like the perfect thing and you can't?
I guess, or it's evolved into its final form.
Yeah.
So for them, that's it. That is as good as that lantern is ever going to be.
Yeah. It's very, very cool. And now, here's the thing. Now that has, I've always wanted one of those. I have this image of like shooting videos of like I've built a shelter, and I've got like a lantern hanging, and I'm reading by lantern light and blah blah blah, and homesteading out on the prairie 100 years ago and all this stuff. But like the power was out, and I got that much light happening. Now, man, I'm gonna see if there are some vintage vintage ones like available so that I can keep for emergency use. You know, because it's just such a cool.
It's really neat technology. I was going to say that until recently, until the advent of like LED lighting, there was nothing that was even close in terms of like just the amount of light in an efficient kind of way.
And the stormproof, right? The stormproof nature. Yeah, it's just amazing. And
the other thing is you get paraffin too, which I guess is great. I mean, it doesn't stink, I guess, which is the.
Yeah, I bought the paraffin. It's a whole lot more expensive than kerosene or kerosene.
Everybody has different names for the same stuff. It is so confusing. If you're in like the UK or Canada or the US or Europe, they all call the same things different names.
Yeah, but so the paraffin costs a lot more, but it's recognizably less stinky. So it was a good buy. Definitely a good buy.
Good to hear.
That's cool. So those are some solid Christmas plans. I mean, our plans are like gone. So instead of turkey, we bought Cornish hens. You know, a few Cornish hens. We're gonna have a low key night. We might Zoom or Teams or something with family. Liz Weekly is back. Oh hey, why don't I pay attention to the side chat? Excuse me.
It would be appreciated, I think.
Yeah. Man, northern Sweden in December must be so.
I was going to say, greetings from 56 degrees north on the winter solstice, or the northern solstice, if you like.
Yeah, the northern. Mike with Mike says, "I'm so excited to be able to sleep in, but you have 4 cats, so that they're going to wake you up. Forget about it." No, I haven't had time to shave with 2 kids at home. I got some work done today. Kids finally, I threw them out into the backyard and said, exhaust yourselves.
Go be children for a couple hours.
Go be children, yeah. Lipstick Lodge is happy to hook up for Christmas dinner. I camp every night at my lot. That is true. Just taking a look here. Hike with Mike will be hiking almost every day and maybe get in one solo camping trip. I hope. Gun season ends on December 31st, so I may camp out as soon as gun season ends. Yeah, if you're going out before gun season ends, then for God's sakes, be careful.
Right. Tim, wear something bright orange.
Yeah,
please.
Wear some blaze orange, for God's sakes, please. Hey there, Tim, and happy Christmas to you as well. Hey, Shawnee's in the house. We tried a free Tinkergarten class. Encourages play outdoors, educates children on animals, skills, nature. Tested out to see if it would be a good gift. That sounds pretty cool to me.
Interesting name.
Tinkergarten.
Yeah, sort of a play on kindergarten, maybe.
Well,
it's clever.
I read like a bit on a German outdoor elementary school, where most of the day is spent sort of outside getting full of mud and stuff. And like for the younger grades, before math and grammar and stuff starts becoming part of the what's the word for the
curriculum?
Yes, thank you. I see the power of that, because if you can keep a kid in love with the outdoors until they hit like 5 or 6, you got them.
Yes.
Or at least that's what I've read.
You got to sow the seeds very early.
You got to sow the seeds very, very early. Yeah. Wait till I get music and go kayaking and biking in my vids. Oh yeah, right. Because she's working hard on getting her vids up to speed. Shawnee says we spent a little less on Christmas this year, so we can purchase and butcher a hog. We have bought a half hog several years in a row, and it's a lot of money at the same time. But if you look at what you get for that money and what you eat over the course of a year, it's unbeatable.
I was going to say the one of the other things that's motivated me a little to spend a little less on the holidays is I am a little scared of inflation. So something like that, investing in some meat right now, sounds like a really smart thing to me. Because in 6 months I don't know what that's going to cost.
Yeah.
No, nobody does.
Nobody does. Yeah. Absolutely. Also found a range that's closer to her, which is a good way to spend your time. He said, dancing away from the boomstick talk. David, it's going to be a weird Christmas for us this year. First time spending it in Florida. That will be warm and sunny and not at all the way I see Christmas. To me, it's got to be like white and, cold. Oh, look at this. Hoping to get a cast iron griddle circle from the in-laws. Now, what the hell would a griddle circle be?
Something you could put on a campfire, maybe?
Maybe.
I don't know.
I feel a Google search coming on, but I don't.
Just like one of those. I can just see it. It's like a pan, but it's flat. You can fry eggs on it.
So it's a griddle, like a
just a
round griddle.
rounded
Okay.
iron with a handle usually.
Okay. All right. Yes, Canadian says everyone should keep 1 or 2 oil lamps. They work absolutely. Absolutely. I am sold on them now that I've finally got one, thanks to Tenenbaum here. I'm just taking a look. Oh, Canadian also has hurricane candles. Are those eco, like the
Yuko?
Yuko? Yes. Is that what he's talking about? You think?
I'm not sure. Maybe like a candle lantern.
Yeah. The Muskoka store has some nice ones, but I think they're LED. It doesn't cast the same kind of light. I like fire. I like fire for light. I like the heat it gives off. I like the fact that both the light and the heat feel alive, how they move, whereas
for emergencies, I'm sure they'd be very practical.
Yeah, absolutely. Canadian says that mine are beeswax candles. Okay. Oh, Liz is back. How's it going? And happy solstice to you. We're getting snow on Christmas Day, staying overnight, then leaving early the next morning. One of the guys is running my Jenny so I can go for this dinner. Right. Yes, you have to have snow. Well, it's funny. I'm like, yes, you have to have snow. If I was living in like Adelaide, that would not be the usual philosophy, would it?
Australian Christmas is quite a thing.
Yeah.
Could be hot,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I was, yes. Mike says, I love Yuko candles and lanterns. I would like to get 2 of those little Yuko things, little candle lanterns, for camping with. But
they're pretty handy.
Yeah, and I like the design on them. They seem really well thought out to me.
Another product that has not changed at all lately. It's reached its end point, and it basically is what it is. I've had the same one for about 20 years now.
Don't you just love that?
Yeah, they are good. Yeah,
I like this product has reached the pinnacle of its design phase. It won't change. Crazy, because you can tell,
or at least it shouldn't. I mean, there are market forces that ruin things, but
good point. Yes,
it should stay the same.
If all goes well, this will not change. Yeah, and I love that, because I love the concept of buying something in 2020 and maybe having bought the same model in 1995 and there being no difference. 1985 and there being no difference. Wow, that's even better.
I say, like buck knives, they used to mark the year on them with a symbol, so you could date any given buck. I think they still might on some of them, but
Like
it's the only way
ones.
it's the only way you can tell them apart, really.
Yeah.
If it was a buck 119 that was made this year, and I have one from was made in 1989, they're basically indistinguishable if you haven't killed them.
Yeah, if you haven't sharpened it on a belt sander or something, Every hunt camp has, there's at least one guy at hunt camp with an old knife that was probably beautiful about 60 years ago, but his father used to sharpen it on a belt sander. So it's all,
This thick.
Yeah. David says, from what I can tell, Canadian has one of everything.
Yeah.
And then, oops. Okay. And then hike with Mike. pops up with, he's gone for the gross. Is there such thing as earwax candles? Well, there was in Shrek, right?
You could collect your earwax and do that.
No. Hey, Mal.
Good evening.
Mal, we're talking about Christmas gifts and holiday plans. Would you? Do you have time to come on at any point? If you do, I'll pop you an invite. Is it tough to be away from your family at Christmas though, Tenenbaum?
A little bit. Yeah, not Christian, but I am.
Mm-hmm.
I do celebrate a holiday at this time of the year, so it's a little difficult to be away from them. Yeah, but kind of goes with the job and the lifestyle I chose. So
Yeah,
I do miss my brother and his family. I've got a niece and a nephew. It's now it's been a couple years. It's hard to see them growing up fast without me.
without you around, yeah.
And I do look forward to the time that I usually spend with them at this time of the year.
Yeah.
But I'm here for a reason. I like my work. It's a bit of a calling for me, and I wouldn't be able to do it if I wasn't here. So that's important to me. And the way the world used to be, I could afford to travel.
Right.
So, I didn't plan on this. I don't think anybody did.
No, nobody did. Nobody did. It's Yeah, absolutely. But that's where we are right now, right?
But yeah, of course I miss them.
Yeah.
I mean, it's strange to be in a place where you're just not. There aren't that many people who you're connected to, at least in physical proximity.
Yeah. The fiddle player in my band, he's Jewish, and so he doesn't like Christmas. He doesn't like Christmas music. He's got a thing about it. But like, here's the thing: I'm not Christian either, and I don't. Oh God, this is not political. I do not see it as a Christian holiday anymore.
I really like the idea. There's a lot of good things about it. People complain about the commercialness. I think gift giving is a wonderful thing. Most cultures have it. The exchanging of things with other people is a wonderful tradition.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
there's nothing wrong with it. If everything in moderation, of course. Some people maybe take it just a little too far. Am I a huge fan of Christmas music? No, I could live without most of that. Most of it's trash. There's some good stuff.
I find, well, for me, Christmas music is very hit or miss. I'm really into a lot of the crooner stuff, Bing, Tony Bennett, those guys. I love those things because I grew up with them. I'm okay with that Mariah Carey song. I've made my peace with it.
I'm a big fan of the movie The Great Escape, so I have this soft spot for "O Come, O Ye Faithful."
Okay. Yes, and I was going to say that, and I like carols, which is weird because I'm not a Bible buffer, but I do love the ancient songs in a big way.
And of course, there's a certain song that has my name in it that I always get a kick out of hearing it, thinking, they're playing my song.
They're playing your song.
Playing my song.
I'm trying to figure out how to send Mallory a message on this computer because all this stuff that I can easily log into is on either my phone or the other computer.
Yeah, I don't think she's in Signal, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Tricky.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Email. That's so okay, boomer, but okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Don't you have anything more social than that? No.
What the hell, Jess? Yeah. Oops. Now here's the thing. I think that I have way less of a problem with Christmas songs this year because I'm not spending any time in shopping malls. So like I'm not being assailed by it. day after day after day while I'm like struggling through crowds to buy baubles for
I
people.
should say that in my life, as the amount of time I spend in cars has decreased, the amount that I can tolerate Christmas has certainly increased. Because
Yeah,
if you turn on the radio, you're just assaulted continuously. So
yeah, absolutely. And you're assaulted by a lot of people redo old songs and try to put their own kind of spin on it, and sometimes that spin shouldn't have been spun, you know. Um,
yes,
but I will say that there's an artist called Sia, who's quite popular, who put out a Christmas album like last year or the year before, or maybe a few years ago or whatever, that I find is almost perfect. And I'm not a big Sia fan at all, but her sort of signature sound translates so well to Christmas music that I will listen to that album at least once
oh, I
um,
was going to say
a
that
day.
my one I think my one real Christmas CD is Vince Guaraldi, a Charlie Brown Christmas with the jazz
That's
piano. That is just that
also a
stuff's
legit choice. Yeah,
yeah, that stuff's wonderful.
yeah, absolutely. Hmm. I would like to point out what Lipstick Lounge just said. I'm hooking up with a friend for lunch tomorrow, and I'm not going into Walmart. Yeah, David, our favorite is crooner Christmas songs. Being frank, yes, absolutely. Liz too, raised with the older songs. Yeah. Oh, Mallory does have Signal, but I found my Facebook password, so I popped you a message in Facebook.
You have Signal, Mallory, but you're not in any of the Signal rooms with us.
I think she's in the mods room. Actually,
Okay, we just never use that one.
we never use that one. Yeah.
Oops.
Expectancy and greed has slipped into the Christmas season for a lot of people. We try and keep it about family and the joy of gathering. Um, Here's the thing, like I sort of flippantly said on the Book of Faces earlier this week. Every year, I I do this thing. I haven't had time to do it much this year, but every year, I sort of take a dig at my least favorite Christmas songs. Like that whole "Do they know it's Christmas time at all?" I'm like, okay,
Oh,
you know, hey there, colonizer, kind of thing. And this year, I was like, parents trying to explain to kids, that Christmas isn't about toys and goods. It's about family time and blah. And then freaking Santa Baby comes on the radio, and you're like, oh well. And I hate that song anyway because that song is exactly what the problem is. You know, it's exactly what the problem is. Um, there's that "It's Cold Outside, Baby, It's Cold Outside."
yeah, very nice.
I don't like that song, but I don't think how like a couple of years ago, everyone was like, "Oh, it's a date rape song." I don't think it is. I buy the argument that what she's doing is like a lot of excuses that in more tight-laced times women had to use to have adventures. I buy that. I absolutely do. But there's something in the way that the melody goes that bugs me. So it's like the one sort of crooner era song that I don't like. A lot of people love it though. It's a classic and it's a very strong song. It's very recognizable. So it should be hitting all my buttons, but it hits the wrong buttons for some reason, and I can't figure out why. I don't know. My life would be simpler if I could just like the song because it gets played a lot.
I was gonna say I do like Christmas movies. I like watching some
Yeah.
Christmas movies. That could be a lot of fun.
Are you more into the classics or do you like
You name it.
Love
Everywhere,
Actually?
everywhere from Die Hard to
That's a legit Christmas film, dude.
yeah,
Absolutely.
I think I think it's undeniable.
Yeah, I think so too.
Hey,
Everything between that and It's a Wonderful Life. I like it. I like it all.
Yeah.
I love film though, so that's easy.
Yeah, I also love film. Absolutely. Doing anything fun for the holidays, Mel?
um, you know, normal confinement stuff, I guess. We're just gonna go to Ben's family and just have a small little gathering. We're doing like a gift exchange. which is cool because it's the only gift that I have to buy, like for the adults, you know.
Hmm.
So there's only one gift being
Oh,
exchanged there, and
you
then
and
we
Ben
have the
don't.
gifts for the kids. So,
You and Ben don't gift to each other.
no, actually, I lied. He bought me.
Yeah, great big jerk. You're lying to your friends. Oh, look at those.
He got me some heated gloves.
Uh huh. So rechargeable.
Yeah, they're rechargeable. They got, and yeah, we gave each other.
That's a nice gift. Every time you have warm hands, you can
That's
Yeah,
a
so it's
good
got like
gift.
this little battery in it.
think
Yeah.
of him.
But I'm a little disappointed though because I thought that the part that was heated was gonna be here,
Oh, like wires
but
throughout.
it's
Yeah.
here. So I don't know. Like I'm always cold here.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Hopefully, if it's warm enough, it'll radiate out to your fingers.
Yeah.
Is it working that way?
Well, it's working not too bad actually because I'm always active. You know, I'm always moving and stuff. So it sort of like helps compensate a little bit.
Yeah.
But like on the snow machine today, it was a little cold. It was a little cold, but I would have been cold with like regular gloves too. So it gets cold.
Yeah.
So how you
Absolutely.
guys?
You know, we're all right. We're kicking back. We're loving life, living the dream. Hey, by the way, I am totally dressed for tonight's live stream.
Dear Santa, I can explain.
Like I got my PJs on, my Nutcracker PJs.
Dude, me too. Look, ugh. I have to go like this.
You can do
Look,
it.
see?
Ah, yeah. Look at that. Come on.
Yeah, it was pajama
Ah,
day today. Actually, my kids were supposed to have pajama day at school today, but then they shut everything down.
they sure did.
And so they're like, "Oh, let's do pajama day at home." So I'm like, "Sure, no problem."
Nice.
I'm wearing the most boring possible plain black shirt.
Okay, we're not here
Sorry.
to judge. We're all friends here. I just want to see if anyone in the side chat is um, one radio station in Ottawa plays them from November 15th to November 25th to December. Oh yeah, November 15th is too early. I don't want any Christmas thing going on until December 1st. I've long had many conversations with people about putting up a Christmas freaking decoration before November 11th. I feel it's disrespectful. I'm not
Yeah.
going to go into it. I don't want to bore people here. And someone told me that that was political, so I'm just not going to. But you know,
I'm the
look,
same way.
I have
I'm the
active
same way.
service members in my family. Mal, you of course would
Yeah.
understand exactly where I'm coming from.
And I for once, it's the first year that I bought one of those blow up, we know, with a fan decorations with lights in it. And it completely failed on me. It almost caught fire on the second day.
That would have been quite a sight, but very briefly.
It really sucked. And like my kids were like so happy. They're like, "Yay, we got
Yay.
decorations." They came back from school one day. One day.
Okay.
Yeah, I felt really horrible when it broke.
Yeah. Yeah.
Probably got water in it, and I don't know. So I don't know what happened to it. They're gonna return it the store, so it's fine.
Okay. All right.
But I also got another gift ahead of time. Hey, Russell, which is really cool. I posted a video
Russell.
landing on the ice,
Yeah.
and one of my subscribers
yeah.
said, "You know what? You're not gonna die this year.
Those
so I'm
are
gonna
better
send
than the
you
ones
these."
I have.
Those are some serious looking
Yeah.
ice
Yeah.
crampons there.
Holy crap. Those are, man. You've
For
way outclassed mine.
rural use.
So I
Yeah.
got some for me, and he sent some for Ben too.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a nice gift.
And Russell's gone.
I think he's still here.
Eh,
Liz Weekly loves that song that I do not like. I used to bring the boombox on the bus and play Trans-Siberian Orchestra. Is that the name of that band? Yes, it is. That is an interesting choice for a bus ride. But it's a good band. Seth says, the thing about the older Christmas songs is that we're nostalgic about our memories like past Christmases. I think for most of us, it was a magical time. I buy that completely. Absolutely. And, you know, there's a certain quality to music from that era, you know, sung into that Cole's ribbon mic, you know? You okay there, Russell?
he looks skeptical. He's got a sound issue. I
I'm
can
all
hear
about
that though.
the
I can hear you tapping, but you can't hear us.
Can I just point out that David's comment about my nutcracker pajamas? That is the kind of classy comment that I would expect from Mr. D.
I have
Someone
like a
else
whole
who's
bunch of
in
old records for music, and like because I have like old school vinyls, and I have like Elvis and a whole bunch of like rock and roll. That's like my jam for Christmas, like the rocking around the Christmas tree sort of
rocking
thing.
around Christmas
Yeah.
tree thing. Yeah, yeah,
Merry
yeah, yeah.
Christmas, Tim, and everybody.
Ian says, I haven't been to work without my comfortable sleep pants for more than a year. That's the magic of, I don't know where you work, Ian, but I work in my kitchen or sitting down here. So I work in my PJs all the time. I just spilled beer on my nutcrackers. Oh, well, it's fine. It's fine. It's not like I'm going to be going out on the town anytime soon. Let me just see, catching up. I hope Russell worked out his sound problem.
So that's what he has in his ear. It's like a sort of Bluetooth ear. I was wondering last time on the stream. I asked him, but he was so behind on chat that I gave up, and I was like, "Okay, I'm gone. I can't wait for the answer."
Right. Hey, Stacy's here. How's it going?
Hello. She said she was going to go live tomorrow, maybe.
Yeah, I think so. I'm gonna try to check that out.
Yeah.
City Girl went live this week too, over at Russell's. Still no? Come on, Mallory. Snap your fingers into the mic.
I just saw the new West Side Story. So
oh, did you?
Yeah, not bad.
I had a friend in high school who, okay, I went to, until I escaped and went to a normal high school, I went to a fine arts high school called FACE here in downtown Montreal. And so that was a whole bunch of people who would not know what to do in a fight. And one of the guys I used to know later, because he went all the way through and I did not. I went into a normal high school where I learned some stuff fast, let me tell you. But at around the Cégep, I can't say Cégep, can I? Because no one else has Cégep, do they?
College.
College?
It's junior college. It's very hard to translate. It's just one of the hardest things.
In Quebec, the stage between high school and university is Cégep. It's essentially university...
College.
Light.
Yeah, light. Yeah. We call it college. I know that in the States, college is something different. But
yeah.
Anyway, he's there. He gets into a fight. The guy says, outside now. And he goes outside. And this guy has lived a life of musicals. So to him, a fight, a gang fight, any kind of fight is, right? So they take off their jackets. He starts doing a number. And the guy looks at his friends. They all look at each other and goes, boom! And this guy, Seb, has not liked West Side Story since that day.
Yeah, he may have been slightly misled by the artistic liberties taken in that film with respect to violence.
You've never seen anything else? Like even Fast Times at Ridgemont High? Like you haven't seen any other... Your entire life has been, The Sheltered, and then there's holy crap, dude.
Yeah, he needed to see My Bodyguard. That would have filled out his knowledge of getting the crap beaten out of you.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's working?
Yeah, it's working.
There we go.
Good.
For reasons.
Oh, hold on. Eastwind Farms has a very important question. I have a question for you, but don't let Russell sway you. Mayonnaise or Miracle Whip? Well, I can't eat either of them anymore because
I'm Miracle Whip.
You're Miracle Whip? I think I'm mayonnaise. My wife is definitely mayonnaise.
Here in Sweden, we believe in mayonnaise.
Yeah, I'm old school. The thing is, I'm in an area where you dip fries in mayonnaise as well, right? Like Mallory, I don't know if that sort of goes out to Région, but in Montreal, there's a whole sort of, we're very French, we're very European, so we dip our fries. Like a lot of people in Montreal dip their fries in mayo, and for that,
here too.
It has to be mayonnaise.
And, it's funny is that like in hot chicken, I'll put mayonnaise, but like in certain things I'll put Miracle Whip. So I like both actually. It just depends, but I think I prefer Miracle Whip. Yeah.
I'll tell you what, fries in Miracle Whip and hot sauce. Miracle Whip
Hot
and then the
sauce.
hot sauce and then
Man, I
so
love me
good.
some hot sauce. I made one recently with what are they called? Ghost? No. Yeah, ghost peppers.
Yeah.
Nearly blew my face off. Let me tell you.
I made
Mango and
some poutine this week.
That's
My
like a
first poutine with my mashed
biological weapon
potatoes.
right there.
yeah, yeah.
Russell, have you ever tasted poutine?
Oh, are you kidding? Am I Canadian?
And he's
I mean,
actually he's in the Ottawa Valley, so he's actually allowed to like
gotcha. Because yeah,
Yeah.
some Canadians have
claim it.
never
More.
tasted poutine. I've noticed.
There's all kinds of different kinds of poutine around. So like I've had like poutine with ribs in it. You know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
all
but I'm a
dressed.
classicist. I'm a classicist. For me, poutine has to be the
In
fries,
fact,
the cheese curds, the brown sauce.
in fact,
Point final.
we did a video. We made poutine.
Oh yeah.
Did you?
I have invented what I refer to as skånska poutine, which is poutine with Swedish meatballs.
Oh
Wow.
yum. Ooh,
not bad.
meatballs. I love meatballs.
But I thought that Swedish meatballs had a certain sauce to them.
They should, but in point of fact, my poutine sauce is closer to the meatball sauce than what would your chicken gravy, etc. That would be ideal for
Right.
traditional Quebecois poutine. I'm taking liberties,
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, you're living
or
thousands
I
of
should say,
kilometers away.
working with indigenous ingredients, as the case may be.
Yes.
My supply of Saint-Hubert sauce packets has dwindled tremendously.
Yes. I can well imagine. Can those even be mailed to you?
Yes, I can receive those. I can obtain those. I cannot obtain curd, but I can obtain sauce packets.
Yeah, it's best if the curds are still squeaky.
That
It's
would
a
be
toss up.
ideal.
A lot of yeah. That's exactly the one
Yeah.
that I was reading.
Liz says it sounds like we're split down the center on the salad dressing. What about you, David? David
Well, the
Evans.
funny thing is,
what do-
I would never use those for salad dressing. Actually,
no, I use balsamico and olive oil, and that's it. That's my salad dressing.
That's it.
Well, I mean balsamico. I don't think I'm using the proper term.
Balsamic vinegar. It's fine.
That's the one.
Yep.
Balsamic vinegar and olive oil, and then it's like some spicing. And
Some raspberry
herbs.
mixed with the balsamic. That's my
My
favorite.
wife likes stuff like that. We do that fairly often, especially in the summer.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm a I like it simple. I like it simple.
Good for you.
you're
Yeah.
a simple man. Yeah.
With a simple plan.
of humble tastes.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm a simple man. I have a simple plan. Please, somebody has to know who Klaus Nomi is here. Nobody? Nobody? He was like the first pop star to die of AIDS back in 1983 or something. He, man, Klaus Nomi. The 80s, I'm getting way off topic. I'll talk about Klaus Nomi at some other time, but brilliant. Very hard to get into unless you have a really sort of left field taste in music. But anyways, so my little quote there went over like a lead balloon. So we're gonna move back into the Christmas talk so that I can just get past the shame.
Shame.
Did you guys
the
get any
embarrass-
early Christmas gifts?
Shame.
Nope.
No.
Not me. Nothing early.
I'm the only one.
I tried to
I
buy myself an early.
Any Christmas gifts.
No.
I hear a rumor that my employer bought me one, but I haven't been able to get to my mailbox.
Right.
Is there a lot of snow where you are?
Not at the moment, but it's cold enough, so there will be.
Yeah. And we got like a foot, certain 2 feet at some places.
We had a bunch earlier, and then it warmed up again.
Yeah.
It goes back and forth because by Swedish standards, I'm fairly far south, and
Okay.
and I'm near the Gulf, so that keeps things a little warmer here.
Right.
Yeah, along the water. Yeah.
So
I literally, like, living out here in the mountains, I was not expecting it to be this bad. Like just like the hour where I used to live, which was an hour away, was not this bad. So it's
You
it's
mean
a
this magical? You mean this Christmas-like?
it hits
Beginning to
hard.
look a lot like Christmas. Come on, Mal, get into the snowy. Enjoy the snow.
I've been in it since like beginning of November, so
Wow, that just
I'm
makes you
You
like
saw those things she got so she doesn't have to fall over when she walks around?
damn straight, man. Those are so much better than the ones I got. That's an
and the
early gift,
heated gloves.
and the heated gloves. But you know, the thing is, when you said you got heated gloves as an early gift, I was sure that the way those would work was that there would be like wires going through, right? That's what like you guys know like an electric comforter that those electric blankets, the heated
Where do I
blankets
put them?
with the wire that I just bopped my mic. Sorry, folks.
Yeah,
With the
so
wire.
there are
That's what I
wires
thought.
in
Okay, so
here. There are wires in there, but
but they're just on the back.
they're just on the back. Yeah, they're not
Hmm.
on the bottom, which
It
is
used to
where
be
I
the
need
palm.
it.
That kind of makes sense though, because you're wearing that part of the glove faster than the other parts as you guys
Yeah,
break the
Oh, you mean
wires,
just in
right?
terms of longevity of the tech? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
yeah.
And dexterity, too. You want to be able to feel stuff.
I can still touch screen on my stuff with these ones,
There you
which is
go.
pretty cool.
There you go.
But it's got 3 settings. It's got this one's dead. Yeah, it's got the hot, the medium, and
The third degree.
The cold.
it's pretty cool.
Toys.
I'm gonna go horseback riding with these.
Nice.
Nice.
Because when you're horseback riding, you're not really moving your hands at all. So, and I might get some heated soles too
Yeah.
for my boots.
Uh,
I have poor circulation in my hands. I've noticed. That's why it's hitting me so hard this year. I'm just like, man, I don't know why this year. I guess that's what it is. Getting older, 1 year at a time.
yes,
Little
that's the
things
way it
pop
works.
up.
1 year at a time.
Yep.
I would like
It's
to point out
exponential though.
it feels that way.
It's exponential.
Lipstick Cloud says Miracle Whip in chocolate cake.
What?
However, mayo for me. So she's with you. It's context driven. Miracle Whip in chocolate cake. That's weird. See, when it comes to putting weird stuff in chocolate things, I go the avocado route. To reduce like
Interesting.
half cup of oil. No, I'm putting in some avocado.
Man, there's no way I can find some good, decent avocado here.
Yeah.
They're just always not ripe enough, and they're just
Yeah,
so
it's-
hard, and they're not edible.
It's either hard as a rock or like so squishy you pick it up and your fingers go into
Ah,
it.
Yeah.
right? Yeah, it's like impossible.
And then you put it on your shelf and it's like not ready, not ready, not ready. It's
Gone.
gone.
Yeah.
It's gone. It's
Yeah.
like,
There's like a 15
We're-
second window when an
Yeah.
avocado is perfect. And it happens late at night when you're asleep.
you're sitting there with your knife, like, no, oh shit, missed it.
I know, it's
Perfect
crazy.
avocado is as fleeting as springtime in Montreal. It's not a season, it's an event. You blink and it's gone. Liz says, I have a big box of cookies and a $100 Visa gift card. Well, that's
Right
As
on.
As an
Business,
early
eh?
gift.
yeah. Tim
I
says, my
got-
son gave me 6 months worth of canvases. I think we're going to see a lot of painting coming from him.
That's cool.
Nice.
I got my kids. My daughter last year, she had a digital camera to take pictures and to vlog with and stuff, and she lost it, and or she left it outside somewhere. I have no idea what happened to it. So she was really, really sad, and so I got her some disposable cameras, and I printed out. I went through all my photos and stuff on my computer, and I printed out like over 100 pictures
Okay.
of both kids, and I made a book. I printed out a book for them so that they can have like an photo
Oh, nice.
album. Yeah,
That's cool.
we don't print out photos anymore,
No
so
way.
I was like, might as well just do it.
Yeah.
It took
Canadian says-
forever.
Yeah. Even finding the photos probably took forever, considering how many photos you tend to take these days.
And then sorting them out
Yeah.
in order to put them in the book. Oh, gosh, it was
Yeah.
it took forever.
Canadian just bought 10 pairs of ice cleats for the family. Quite a coincidence. It's been fairly icy, so I bought a bunch for the family to keep them from slipping around town.
It's awesome. Yeah.
Gifts that are
Just to wear
useful.
around town.
Well, kicking around, going out to the dance club, clickety clacking on the dance floor. Come on,
Did you see the ones that I got, Russell?
No.
Well, it's actually a subscriber of mine that sent them to me because he was afraid I was gonna die on the ice.
Oh, those look very similar to the ones we have.
Yeah.
So you both have better cleats than I have. Mine are
Which-
nowhere near that.
Mine are a little on the tight side. Like you walk for an hour or two, and your toes start to go to sleep.
Okay.
I guess you need
But
a
yeah,
bigger
they're
size.
such a because we walk the beaver ponds in the wintertime. You can go for hours just hopping beaver dams and
Yeah.
going on the beaver ponds, and it's great hiking.
Oh, David, I don't think I can grow avocados. It's a big tree.
Yeah.
It's kind of cold for those.
Yeah, we're not in
Yeah.
the right. We're not in the right
Like
zone.
I could I'm gonna have a Four Seasons greenhouse, but it's a huge tree.
Yeah.
Avocados, so I don't think so.
Do you know offhand what zone I'm in, Mel?
You're like in zone. I think you're in zone 5.
Okay.
Yeah, you're in zone 5. Certainly 5 or higher.
Because I think I've found a couple of blueberry bushes to put in, but I'm afraid that it's too small a space in that little corner. Because for those of you who don't know, I'm looking to put in some like native plants in a corner of my yard to bring the birds and stuff. Because I'm geeky that way, and I've been trying to get the time to pop you a call to discuss blueberry bushes for like 4 weeks. I haven't had any time. But anyway.
Well, you got plenty of time. You still have until like April.
Yeah, I'm gonna order them in time for spring.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just taking a look. Wow. Tim says we have orchards and orchards of avocados here. The farmers will designate an area where we can pick our own from the trees. Nice.
Yeah. I know my mom had one in her backyard, and that's why I was like, my gosh, those trees are huge because it was so big, and there were just like thousands.
Man, if I had an
thousands of
avocado tree,
avocados
I
on
would
it.
be unstoppable. I would be like a one-man avocado apocalypse.
She would give them out because it was too many.
Yeah. Linear's cleats broke, so they went into the garbage. You need to have,
Bummer.
yeah. So that's cool. Russell, like you, we're doing the Cornish hens this year since we're stuck at home. No need for a big ass turkey if it's just going to be the 3.5 of us.
Do the Cornish hens have to come out?
My chickens are almost as big as turkeys, so
Today's Tuesday.
So you're just going to take a chicken.
Yep.
You know.
You provoked some Cornish hen discussion, I think, there, Jess.
I think maybe they forgot to buy the Cornish hens.
Okay, all right.
Shawnee says frozen avocado for smoothies.
Oh, is City Girl there?
Yes,
Hello.
I just freaked her out.
Why?
Hiding in the shadows.
You mentioned Cornish hens, and I was like, don't we have to take the Cornish hens out of the freezer right now? We're having them tomorrow. And she said, what, tomorrow? I said, wait, what day is it?
It's Tuesday. Russell, you know what day it is because you and I do the Jesse and Russell show every Tuesday.
Well, I gapped. I thought we were having them on Wednesday, but we're having them on Thursday. See, because
Okay.
we're mostly YouTubers here.
Yeah.
But we have to have a Christmas video in which we show we're having Christmas dinner, and that video has to come out before Christmas, like
Right.
Friday. So we have
And
to do
You're
the
so
whole
organized.
Yeah, you gotta
oh, hell
get
no.
He's a professional.
it. Yeah.
I'll tell you what, the only organization I've done, the most organization I've ever done is in the last few days to get ready, to get a special feature ready for our next Books Fest.
Oh yeah.
Oh crap.
I was like, last night I wrote all the lyrics out. This morning I recorded all the audio. Just before I was late here tonight because we were doing the video, filming all the video because it's going to be a music video. And then tomorrow I gotta edit it all together, which is going to be a nightmare. And it's, in fact, Jess mentioned this song earlier. It's a Christmas song. We just mentioned it earlier. One he hates.
No.
Anyway.
Well, I guess I'm gonna avoid the Books Fest this week.
Or maybe your rendition and parody of it will be delightful.
Yeah.
Jesse will love it.
It might rehab the song for me.
I'll say it's the rudest song I've ever done, and I've done a bunch now. It just went.
I
It
suspect
just
that's
went.
probably pretty rude.
It went. Well, no, actually, most of my music videos are pretty tame, but this one just went sideways
Aw.
horribly.
I've been trying to organize my recap video for the year because I always do a end of year recap video. I don't necessarily do a Christmas video, but as long as I have that recap, I'm good. I don't know. With the kids, it's a little harder this year. It seems.
Oh yeah, it's yeah. I sort of before you showed up, Mal, I was explaining how like I was gonna do my Christmas gift guide video this year, and I just like couldn't do it. I just lost the. I didn't want to do it, and now I kind of regret not doing it. But hey, it's not done, so funk it.
Yep.
But like I don't do a recap, and I don't do like a Christmas video as such. Like sometimes Camille and I will do it, like, hey, happy Christmas, just on my phone, record it, pop it up like Christmas night, Christmas Eve night,
Yeah.
Christmas Eve. But like we don't do a full on production or anything because it's such a busy part of the year,
It is.
you know.
It's very late night editing when you have kids.
Yeah,
Yep. I feel you.
absolutely. Yeah. My beer is finished. I'm moving on to the tea, and I've still got my my scotch sitting there looking at me. Your time will come. Hey, Russell, how come you're not like pounding back the Budweiser tonight? Ah,
What is this?
I didn't see it. I didn't notice it.
That was cool that one of your subscribers sent you one of those magic glasses.
Yeah, that's the second time from that subscriber too.
Nice.
They-
I've been
Christmas-
looking for those and I haven't found any.
They're. I don't know how this one keeps finding them in like farmers markets for some weird reason, but you can find them on eBay, like Planet Forest Cafe, Hurricane Glass, or
Is that the glass with that shape?
Sorry,
Is that what
Yeah.
you call it?
Planet Hollywood.
I love
Hurricane
those. I want to
Glass
try it.
or Rainforest Cafe, or yeah, and then you got to get the ice balls off Amazon as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, your ice balls seem a little larger than the ones that I make. Mine are about yay big. I've got a 6. Are you okay there, Mallory?
Yes.
Where did your mind go
The
when I was
smile
talking
version.
ice balls?
You guys were all doing funny faces and talking about balls, ice balls, and I'm sorry. My
You-
mind just
you-
goes places.
You're headed into to rough seas there, Jess, potentially.
Just ruined my entire live stream. Just completely destroyed everything.
She was going into special feature territory there.
She kind of was.
Yeah, Jess, I've got the ice balls that I use in my Amazon store. I can find the link for you sometime.
They look a little bigger. What I would like is, I like a 2x2 inch ice cube, and I have a form that does 1.5 by 1.5, which is fine. Which is fine. But I would love to get. There's a thing that it's way too big for my freezers, but you can get those. I think it makes like 6 cubes at a time, and they're absolutely clear because it's isolated. No,
Insulated.
bingo. So that the way it freezes drives the impurities out of the cube. So that you pop out your cubes and you cut off the part that's all sort of cloudy and everything, and you've got crystal clear ice cubes. And because I tend to do like a cocktail video every now and again, I want those clear as hell.
Yeah, they look really great too.
Yeah.
Those are cool. I don't
There's
know
no
why.
room.
Like I have this thing. This past year, I've been really wanting to have more ice cubes in my freezer because my freezers are full, like full. Like it's not even funny. Like I have 18. How many foot is it? I don't know how big it. One of the biggest freezers, the ones that are horizontal, and then I have a full vertical one, and then the one upstairs, and they're all full. And I'm like, I would love to have plenty of ice, but there's like no more room. I have to empty it out a little.
You need to build yourself a walk-in freezer.
I need a fridge that has ice cubes. that creates ice cubes. I
But you
think.
know, my fridge creates ice cubes, but they're not cubes, and they're not really. It's not great ice. Like if you don't care about the quality of your ice, fine. But I will have you know that we have had a service call on that stupid ice maker 4 times in 4 years.
Oh yeah,
No. That was a terrible lie. 4 times in 8 years. So every 2 years, the ice maker goes.
yeah,
What we've realized is we have to either empty it out every two days, or stop it every 2 days
yeah.
for 2 days. Because what happens is you can't tell it how slowly to make the ice. So if you don't use a lot of ice, it packs up, and then everything gets jammed up. And because they're all
Yeah.
made of plastic, they crack.
Makes
There are a
sense.
few things in the side chat that I do want to sort of hit on.
Hmm.
Linda's got some squirrel problems. I'm right there with you, as we all know. So just shoot them. Oh, don't just shoot them. I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm venting frustration. I did not really say that with malice aforethought. I'm having the distinctive Earl Grey tea tonight, which is why I'm not, switching back and forth between tea and the whiskey. The whiskey will wait until the tea is over.
Oh, we could just buy an ice maker. That's cool.
Yeah, you can. Canadian says, "Hey Jess, I'm going to send you my favorite Christmas salutation video." Now, from what I know about you, this is going to be darkly hilarious, right? Like the kind of hilarious that I kind of laugh at in spite of myself. Like with Mike says, just give me a swamp, a cool breeze, sunshine, and I'm in paradise. I feel the same way, but I'm more boreal forest than swamp. But yeah, there's a feeling about being alone out there in the wilderness with a breeze going that really makes it work. Tim says, I have many Hard Rock Cafe glasses that may work. I do have one Planet Hollywood glass. Dennis pops in with, hey y'all, I'm still in the green room with my guests, but I'm watching and wanted to say Merry Christmas to everyone. Happy Christmas to you as
Hey,
well.
Dennis.
Nice to see you pop up in my side chat, Dennis. Liz asked, does the freezer door pop open like mine, Mal? So yeah, that she's got a full freezer.
Yeah. Well, my one upstairs, yes, and the one, if I'm not careful, the vertical freezer one, yeah, it does. You have to literally check it, and if the alarm goes off, you have to go check it right away. I already lost like a whole bunch of meat one year because
Right.
it was just a little popped open and it lost all its all the freeze. That sucked.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds hold on a second.
Now I know why they have a lock on it.
Right. Good Mike says, I have a small ice cube maker machine. It is really cool, pun intended. You know what? If that's the way we're gonna go, Mike, if that's how we're gonna go for the rest of this
Don't do it,
night,
Jess.
It's dad joke time.
Don't be simple, Jess. Don't be simple.
I'm a simple man with a simple
Don't take it to a
plan.
simple place. You can't get it. Once you go to a simple place, you can't come back.
All right. I'll try to keep it in the good place. Yeah, don't do it. I was just kidding. Just kidding.
It was nice to see you guys, but I have to start to get ready for bed because I have a new bedtime.
You
And
look a little tired.
yeah, I have been tired. I've been sick for I was sick for like a full month, and now I'm just I'm just getting back into it, like slowly, gradually. So, and that's why I'm trying to go to sleep earlier to make my body, trick
That's a
my
good way
body
to
into
heal.
thinking that it's more healthy.
Are you
That's a good
doing
way
the
to
11
heal.
o'clock thing?
Huh?
Are you trying to do the 11 o'clock thing?
10:30.
10:30?
Yeah.
You better go then.
10:30 I start brushing my teeth and I make sure that the wood is in the furnace and everything.
Right.
Everything's done. And then I go upstairs.
All right.
Try to sleep. I usually go on my phone and I go to bed sideways and I sort of like do that and then I fall asleep.
Fell asleep in front of my computer last night. I was
No.
about to get up and go upstairs, and then I woke up at like 3, 5. I
Yes.
don't know what, but
I told you to go to bed.
I know. And I was
Aw.
like, okay, I'm going to bed, and I shut everything down and just
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, my back is I'm old as
Oh,
hell.
I fell asleep on my couch. I think it was like last week. I think it was like 9:30, and I was like, "Oh, it's early. I'm gonna put another show." And I started Yellowstone, and so I put it on, and I ended up falling asleep like maybe 5 minutes after, and I woke up at like 3 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, I totally feel you. That our back hurts
Mhm.
when you wake up on the couch. My couch is not comfortable. I'm really sad about it. It's brand new and it's not comfortable.
Yeah,
Sucks.
yeah. We haven't bought a couch yet. We need a new couch. We haven't bought one yet for two reasons. One, there's no freaking way I'm buying a brand new couch with a kid who's under the age of 5 in the house.
Yeah.
Second, you gotta try them out. You gotta sit on them. You gotta lie on them and hope you don't get kicked out of the store. And because so many couches that look phenomenal, you sit on them and like, ow, ow, what,
Yep.
what? This is like sitting on a 2x4. So you gotta,
Totally. There was
yeah,
one at the store, it was $800, and I was like, Ben, this is the one that I want. I was like, it's really comfortable. I can lay on it, and I'm comfortable because if I have a couch, I want to be able to lay on it, and like fit two people too if we want a spoon or whatever. And so the couch that we ended up buying was completely a waste of money because it was really expensive. It was like two times the price, almost three. And it's got like the center console that goes down, you can put your drinks on and stuff,
yeah,
and it reclines, but you can't. It's got like these. It's like a race car seat
yeah,
sort of thing, and I'm like, why did we buy this?
yeah. We have
Sounds
family with
like
those.
theater seating for a
Yeah,
family.
exactly.
Those are what I call the Super Bowl couches.
Yeah, and I do
Can't
not
handle
like
it.
it at all, and
I'm
I'm
more old
really
school than
sad
that.
about it.
Yeah.
But we bought it because we thought it would be more comfortable for Ben's back, right, and more
Hmm.
ergonomic and stuff.
Yeah.
It's not.
But no.
Oh well.
Absolutely. All right. Good night, Mal. Get the hell off the screen. You're gonna be late for bedtime.
All right.
Good night,
Thanks for
Mal.
hanging out with us.
Yep. See ya.
Bye. One thing that I am hoping to do during this Christmas holiday is I'm gonna probably binge season 2 of The Witcher.
Yeah.
I thought season 1 was flawed, but I really freaking enjoyed it. And most of the flaws I had were in the like the costume design department. There were a couple of story things that didn't really sit well, but generally I thought it was really quite solid.
Is Henry Cavill good in that? I have not watched
I think
it.
he's fabulous. It is so
Yeah, he's good.
clear that he is a Witcher fan from like the books to the games too, like because he clearly is very in touch with Geralt of Rivia. Different accent, obviously. They decided not to go with an American accent for the show. Probably the right choice. Um, but I don't really. It's not the kind of thing that I think too much about, to be straight with you. He embodies the character so perfectly that that alone makes up for a lot of the not makes up, but outweighs a lot of the little things that I found like, oh, really? Yeah, I enjoyed it massively. You haven't seen it at all?
Nope. I have not chosen to watch that. That I guess I could.
Thing is, if you don't come to it from the games or the books, then like in some ways I feel that the whole series is fan service. That like if you don't come at it from I have never read the books. Okay, I work with someone for whom the books are The Witcher, and the game is kind of like a side project kind of thing. I came at it from the games, you know. And if you didn't come in from it, like I'm not sure if it hits as deep as it does if you're someone who loved the other properties. I do feel that coming from the books, the books are probably a richer experience than the games for obvious reasons because books are magic. But so I'm hoping to spend some time watching that this holiday season because nothing says Christmas like hacking a bunch of demons to death, right?
Or I was going to say, nothing says Christmas like binge watching something you really enjoy.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. That's very very legit. Yeah. Canadian also
Jess,
like The Witcher.
Jess, you're gonna hate me, but I tried twice to get into the game. I couldn't. Didn't like it.
No. I think The Witcher 3 is the most recent. I think that is as close to a perfect game as you can come. But the previous, I
That's the
tried
one
to
I
get
tried.
into really that one. Okay,
Yeah.
because I had a problem with the second game, Witcher 2. Great storytelling, but the mechanics, the fight mechanics, were so rough that I gave up on it. But yeah, hi, Raven's here. How's it going? How's it going in the mitten today?
I tell you what, from what I can remember, it's been a while since I tried the game, but it was The Witcher 3, and it just seemed like everywhere you go, you got to have a long, involved conversation. Like somebody was trying to tell a movie while you're playing the game, and I was like, it's just conversation after conversation. These
Too much
long conversations,
exposition.
and yeah, pretty much. And
I
it
don't
just,
really have. I don't have a problem with the exposition though, because I've because I came from like a film school background. I sometimes there's a lot of dialogue that I kind of want to just hit the space bar, whatever it is, but the script writing is so solid. You know, the script writing
I
is
just
so
wanted to
good.
play a game, man.
And like,
I didn't want to watch a movie very slowly unfold in front of me while I'm trying to
Yeah,
tack stuff up. You know.
but even a movie that does that is terrible. I mean, show don't tell, right?
yeah,
It-
so
it's
don't
just
tell.
it's boring.
Yeah.
I don't
Well,
remember if
yeah,
The Witcher
and you know
gave
what?
you the option.
Well, hold on. Here's the thing though, and it seemed to me like I never got that far through The Witcher, but it seemed to me like you've got your main course, your main plot line. Like I'm thinking about Skyrim, which I loved Skyrim. I'm thinking the main plot line takes you through to the very end of the game, but you've got all these subplots going on, which you can do side quests, whatever. It seemed like in The Witcher, like every single side quest or subplot or whatever was trying to tell its own movie. And I'm like,
Mhm.
oh god, like just get to the fucking point, man. Excuse me.
And it's funny with Skyrim because I also loved Skyrim, but the side quests were kind of better in some ways than the main quest. Like you get to that last, the end of the main quest, and you're like, this game was so good in spite of this main quest. You know?
I don't know. We could have a long dialogue about. But I guess I'd have to play more of The Witcher 3 though.
The Mass Effect series has a toggle. If I think it's them, I think it's that
Good night,
series
Serge.
where. Oh, good night, Serge. Have a good one, Mister. Where you can sort of select if you want like full-on action, a mix of the two, or a story mode. And I always sort of go in the middle. I think it's the Mass Effect series, which sounds like it's a good way to do it, because I want some exposition and some storytelling, but I don't want to sit there and watch like whatever those games are called that are essentially just like a movie where you click a choice at the bottom of the screen every now and again to move it forward, whatever those are called.
No.
But,
Choose your own adventure.
yeah, well, those are the books, but
Turn
But
to
yeah.
page 45. If you decide to explore the barn, turn to page 45.
yeah,
If you decide to
burn the
take
barn
the dog for a
down.
walk,
Yeah. Yeah. Are you doing anything special for the holidays at all, though, Russell? Like it seems that out there where you live, there's
every day is special.
yeah,
Yeah, in fact, this year is a little bit different from other years. For the last 4 years, City Girl comes here for the holidays, but we end up going back to the city to hang out with the kids.
yeah.
Well, like we go back Christmas Eve, and we spend Christmas actually in the city. But this year, most of our kids and families have moved away. We just have one son back in town living with living with my mom-in-law. So, and they said, yeah, don't bother coming back, just stay there. We'll see you when you get back.
Nice.
So we're here for the holidays.
Well, that's cool. I'm just sniffing this scotch. I was saying earlier, Russell, how due to the warehouse workers strike here in Quebec, I did not get to buy myself a nice whiskey for Christmas, and
No.
I'm feeling the hurt. Feeling the hurt.
Oh, you'll have to rely on one of those other 20 bottles you got lined up there.
Dulling the pain tonight with this one.
Good on you.
Yeah, you got all the pain.
Wait, there's a warehouse strike that's causing you to be unable to buy whiskey?
Well, it's the SAQ warehouse worker strike. It's actually over now. They signed they signed the agreement a couple of days ago, but it's going to take weeks for the shelves to stock back up because the shelves were like empty, like empty shelf after empty shelf.
What's weird is we were in the liquor store earlier today, and I don't think there's any strike going on here, but it's like there's I don't know, the pick your own beer section has gotten smaller and smaller and smaller, and there in fact there's some sections where there's they're trying to like fill up the shelves like because they got nothing. There's like a line of bottles of rum that they're saying and nothing behind them. I'm like, you're just stretching this out.
Supply chain disruptions.
Well, yeah, there's a couple of things happening here, right? Like the supply chain disruptions due to the world. For a while, there was also a supply chain disruption in Canada specifically because there was a strike at the Port of Montreal where most of the whiskey and European goods come in, like Japanese whiskey or like Asian wines, well, or what sake and stuff. I think that comes in on the other side, but a lot of what you buy at the liquor commissions or liquor stores or whatever in Canada comes through the Port of Montreal. There was a strike there, which slowed everything down. And the thing is, it takes months or weeks to get the supplies back on the shelves and like the LCBO and the SAQ and all that when these disruptions hit, right? So, I mean, I'm not surprised. And we do live in supply chain nightmare right now for everything. Try to buy a video card. Although that might be getting better. I haven't looked in like 3 or 4 weeks, but
I was going to say, even a year ago, getting high-end computer parts was not easy. And we're there again.
Yeah, so,
Although on the good news front, as I mentioned to you earlier privately, the Highway 5 through the Coca-Cola Pass is open again. So
it'll be closed again. It'll be closed again because it closes every winter, right?
Well, because of the snow, but the inner mainland is now not completely cut off from the rest of Canada for the moment.
Sean is pulling us back on topic. Actually, special Christmas breakfast plans. Anyone?
Thank you, Shani.
We're in like totally new territory because we're not going to be with family Christmas, so we're probably just gonna maybe pancakes or something, or the croissant or something like that. Okay, I'll tell you. Here's what our family does. Christmas is when we're not isolated in my family, and when you're not stuck at 10 people or less. Every 24th, we do what in Quebec is called a réveillon. Okay, in Quebec, traditionally, like in my family when I was a kid, you do your celebration on the 24th. Midnight hits, you open your gifts, and then you go to church the next morning, right? I don't go to church. Why is she laughing? What, are you guys telling jokes while I'm telling stories here? What's going on?
No, finish your story and then I'll tell you.
So what we do is we do the réveillon at the missus's family, and then the next day we jump in the car around 2 and haul our cookies from a small town on the North Shore all the way to the West Island of Montreal in Pointe Claire to my sister's for Christmas supper. And then we do Christmas supper there. Now, I will tell you, getting from a small town near Ganasatake on the North Shore to Pointe Claire doesn't sound like it should take 2 hours, but when it's been snowing and in the winter, it can take a really long time to get anywhere. So we get up, we have breakfast, which is usually croissant, some muffins, bacon and eggs, stuff like that. Coffee for some, tea for me. We get up and we do gifts in the morning. and then we have our stuff.
I can tell you, Jesse, that in my 5 years of living in Boston and driving home to Toronto for the holidays, we always spent 2 hours in Greater Montreal.
Yeah, it's hard to get.
It's hard. It's just hard to get across.
Yeah, well, it's because the highways were all designed for like 3 generations of traffic ago, right? They were all designed in like the 50s and 60s, and traffic size has grown exponentially since those days. So yeah, it's impossible to get anywhere. Oh, hold on a sec. Couple of things. A Canadian also says there was a run on booze in case of further closings. That's a good point as well.
Yeah, thanks.
Linda says McDonald's Egg McDuffie and Timmy's in Sturgeon Falls on my way home Sunday. That's a Christmas breakfast. Bacon, of course. Shawnee says I'm thinking sausage, English muffins, maybe. David says my mother is French Canadian. We always did tourtière on Christmas Eve supper. Yeah, absolutely. We always do tourtière as well. Now,
what is tourtière?
Traditionally, it's a Quebec meat pie that has game meat and like maybe some pigeon or whatever in it. But these days, it's usually like a pork beef mix.
Tasty meat pie, I think would be my.
It's a tasty meat pie.
Okay.
Traditionally, it's game meat as well as a beef or pork, but these days,
I was going to say other than poutine, it's one of the great Quebecois dishes. I would say
it's a very specific meat pie. But yeah, we always have tourtière as well. Hey, Charles, welcome back.
Hey, Charles.
Yes, The Great Escape was a good movie. Charles is catching up with us here.
It still is a great movie.
Yeah, absolutely. Though they did really mess with the premise a little bit, or not the premise, with the nationalities, shall we say?
There was some eliding of characters and what have you.
Come on, Steve.
At least there were some Canadians left in it by the end. There weren't none.
Right. Shawnee says, I was looking at Christmas bread recipes, German, Greek, not sure what to make. I am going to make, here's the thing. My sister is celiac, so I had found a chocolate date torte, gluten-free recipe. Now that we're not going anywhere, I think I'm still going to make it because I bought the coconut flour and the almond flour and dates and stuff, so why not try it anyway, right? Because I'm always looking for a gluten-free recipe that doesn't suck, because a lot of gluten-free stuff just bites, and I'm sorry, it may have come a long way, whatever, it still sucks. And so I'm always looking for something so that I can bring something that she can eat. So I'm going to try it anyway.
Water.
I also bought a torte pan so I could. Yeah, water. She has water. We have running water in Montreal.
Well, you could fry it, maybe.
We may not have roads that work, but we do have running water. What?
Fried water.
And as of course, and who can forget Pâté Sœur? Yes, Pâté Sœur they're a classic as well. Pâté Sœur, oh God, it translates as nun's farts, but it's a pastry. They're very light, and everything in Quebec has to do with the church in some way. I should make a tourtière with squirrel and beef. I've got a bunch of horse meat in the freezer. I could do that. I picked some up at the Loblaws, or whatever Loblaws is called in Quebec, Provigo.
Horse meat.
Yeah. There's a lot of horse meat in Quebec. I think we're the only.
The French do not have the same taboo as everyone else about eating horse.
Quebec also, I think, is the only place in North America where we have the slaughterhouse design that you need for horses. This is why horse meat is illegal in most of the states, because you can't put a horse into one of those stalls that's made for a cow, because when it's panicking, it can break its legs and stuff. So you need to have the infrastructure there specific to horses. Anyways, whatever. So it makes a fairly good tourtière, but you do want to mix it with beef or pork or stuff. First of all, because horse has no fat. It's like bison. It's like no fat. If you don't add it to something with a little more fat content or something, it's going to.
Is it literally no fat or just very little fat?
It's very lean.
It's
very
like
lean.
Practically nothing.
Okay.
You need to add, if you're making patties or something, you need to really up your binder game. Game. I guess horse meat is not really game meat though, eh?
Unless it's a wild horse.
Yeah, well,
There
then it's
are
game.
wild horses, yeah.
There are.
There probably aren't any wild horses in Quebec, but there are wild horses somewhere.
No.
You don't hear about people hunting horse, though, I guess.
Yeah, no, it's
No,
it's a
not
horse
much.
farm kind of thing. Yeah.
Going horse.
Raven says bratwurst. Nice. Okay.
Bockwurst.
Yeah. No, Canadian. I'm not going to try and explain the pâte d'essar without laughing. It's a pastry with an unfortunate name. They're delish. But we also have these things called des oreilles de Christ, right? Which is Christ's ears, and all it is pork rinds deep fried. It's not really Christ's ears. He didn't have that many ears, for God's sakes.
Strange. It's a strange image.
It's just, yes. Well, it's a strange culture, right? Everything is church related.
Deep fry the ears of our Lord and Savior just
Yeah.
seems a little off.
Raven
Okay.
points out
I
that
get it.
baked water is healthier than fried water. Absolutely.
You know what you got to do though is first you got to freeze water on a stick, and then you bake it, and then you get water. Baked
So you
water
could
on a stick.
you could deep fry. You could deep fry frozen water. Yeah.
Oh.
Actually, if you freeze the water on
Boom.
a stick, coat it in chocolate and something. No, there's
Hey,
no
Sure,
way.
they do
you
it.
have-
They do it. They must do
you
it in
have
Scotland.
deep-fried
though.
ice
They do
cream.
Yeah.
deep fry everything there.
Bill's asking if anyone else eats raw beef and onions on rye. No, I do not. I'm okay with rye. I'm especially okay with rye that comes in a bottle. I'm good with onions, but my beef has to be at least medium. I used to eat it well done, but I've sort of come around to the medium side of things. But I don't even like it rare. I know someone who eats it blue, and I'm like, you are a savage beast. Be
Cool
gone.
blue, is that what they call it? Cool
Yeah.
blue. It's just like. Tss,
Yeah.
tss. There you go.
Nope. Not doing that. That's not the Christmas supper I'm going to have. Oh yeah, but the missus's family is from originally from the Gaspé, so there's a lot of seafood at the Christmas Eve réveillon.
Hmm.
A lot of seafood, because if you live in the Gaspé, it's like living, on the Avalon Peninsula, or like any fishing, in certain parts of Maine, right? A lot of lobster, a lot of shellfish, a lot of stuff like that. So there's a lot of seafood. They make coquille Sainte-Anne or whatever it's called. It's a seafood thing in a white sauce. Lots of escargot and stuff like that. I find it nightmarish because I don't eat a lot of seafood. But they also have like tourtière and all kinds of stuff like that. They don't tend to do a turkey. And I kind of feel that the turkey is not a Quebecois cultural thing. Like in English Canada, the turkey is like, it's a cultural imperative. If it's Christmas, you have a turkey. If it's Thanksgiving, you have a turkey. If it's Thursday, you have a turkey. Like, it's always a bleeding turkey. Whereas French Canadians don't seem to have the same relationship with the turkey. It's a lot more like ham or pig's feet, pig's knuckles, like a ragu and stuff like that. It's a very different gastronomic experience than it is
In these parts, they do goose primarily.
I've in my family, we did goose one year. We've done quails, but it's mostly turkey. I would like to say to Canadian that there's no way I'm making a haggis. I do not like haggis. Scottish grandmother notwithstanding, I'm not a big haggis fan.
Well,
Now, I'm in a Celtic band that on most
gonna
years plays a Robbie Burns night gig. So I
I was
still
going to
get-
say you could make any kind of haggis you want, though. I mean, so
Yeah.
you could probably make a haggis you'd like. You just have to, take a little license.
Yeah, that's true. Charles says there was a hell of a typhoon here last week, so we decided not to have Christmas at the house. So we're gathering together with our motorcycle club and giving away rice, noodles, and water. Man, David is pulling out all like the sort of traditional British stuff.
They do blood pudding around here too.
Do they?
Yeah.
I don't like it. I don't like it. I mean, I've had it, but I don't like it. There's a lot of that really traditional stuff that I don't like, and I think it's just I don't know.
I actually had I've lived here for 10 years now, but I had my first scone and goose dinner about a month ago.
Oh yeah,
It was pretty good. They make a goose blood soup, which is quite interesting. Sort of reminiscent of blood pudding, but in a liquid form, if you'd like.
yeah. Look, it comes from that all sort of comes from a time when, the peasants would, snout to tail, everything gets used because you're not going to waste food,
This is a celebration of St. Martin's Day, if you're into that sort of thing.
Okay. Yeah, I would like to do a goose again one year. I would like to find a way to do a goose whereby it's not so greasy, but it's not like I don't dry it out either. What the hell is Russell doing? What are you measuring?
Whatever he wants.
True.
He's muted. He is muted.
He's measuring
muted,
the amount of space he has for fried water.
I'm measuring the amount of time it takes me to realize I'm muted.
So,
12
now, do you
inches.
measure that time in metric time or imperial time?
Inches, man.
Inches? That would be imperial time.
Yeah.
We're caught up with
It's
this
funny.
lecture.
Tell an American that you call it imperial, and they're like, "What? What? No, oh no, it's standard."
Right. Right.
Sure, it's standard.
Yeah.
Just say, except U.S. gallons are different from U.K. gallons.
Well, fluid ounces, same deal, right?
Yeah, it's mind blowing.
A U.S.
Hey, Liz.
pint is a little smaller than a British one. Oh, Liz is going to bed. All right. Have a good one. Don't forget, Stacy live tomorrow night and Russell on Thursday. I am going to do my damnedest to listen to Stacy's live tomorrow night. I'm hoping that the
Stacy,
family.
Stacy apparently has put together a special feature for her live stream.
Am I going to have to start putting special features together? I would need a computer that I can edit on before I start putting special features together. Now, there's an interesting question.
People love the special features.
Up your live stream game.
I would like to in 2022. Like once I get a new computer, I would like to do a whole bunch of new things. Do you brine your goose first? We didn't, but I would probably. That's not a bad idea.
We've brined our turkeys before in the past, and they always turn out really well, actually.
Yeah.
She's
Stacey
got
says
two.
two. Yes.
Stacy, you
She's
bitch!
gunning
I've only
for
got
you.
one.
She's going for you, Russell. She's gunning for you.
You
David
bitch.
says, I thought Russell was the special feature. Yeah, Russell is the special feature at my live streams. Tea is finished, beer is finished, so I'm moving on to the whiskey. Just in time for like 10 minutes left of my live stream.
10:48, and you're finally.
Yeah.
You're saying
Even Canadian is saying brining and soaking could be a viable option. It's just, how would I brine something the size of a goose?
How? They sell brining packages. A great big bag. You put the
Really?
thing in and add. It comes with ingredients, even all the spices. You pour it all in. Yeah.
Okay, so because I thought I was going to have to get this huge marmite, whatever the hell a marmite, those ginormous pots. I thought I was going to need to get one of those or something.
So in our experience, like it comes with a great big bag that's pretty durable, but you still want to put it in a container that's about the size of your goose or your turkey, because otherwise it just kind of lays flat and half your bird is not in the stuff.
Okay.
So if you find a container that's the right size of the bird, it kind of keeps the liquid on top.
Okay.
There's a knack to it.
Ian uses a cooler to brine with. Oh,
Makes sense.
Yep.
Stacy says her special features are only 2 minutes, so it evens out.
Oh, please tell me, Stacy. Please tell me we got no special features for Stacy's live stream.
Oh crap!
Oh crap!
Some people say deer is gamey, but you can soak it in milk, and for some reason it tames down the meat. Just a bit of info. That's a good That's a good piece of information. I have no problem with gamey tasting meat at all. I like it, especially like I feel that it feels that it tastes more. I don't know how to say it, but I don't have a problem with the gaminess. But if soaking it in milk
I
tames that down,
I
that would
I
make.
don't think you've had really gamey meat.
Well, I mean, I've had a
Like
deer.
I've had gamey meat that was so bad it was like leaves a layer of something on the roof of your mouth. And you're like,
Oh,
what the
really?
frick is that?
I know that there's a
Yeah.
difference. I'll say this very briefly. There's a big difference in the quality of like a deer meat or whatever between if you peg it and it just falls versus if you peg it and suddenly there's adrenaline going through it.
Stress. You can taste stress.
Yeah.
Yes, if they
So
die badly, then you're gonna eat it. You find out.
yeah.
Like,
So maybe
I'll tell you what. When I was a kid, every deer my stepfather brought home from hunting, they always tasted horribly gamey. It tasted bad, but every deer I've ever shot, and I, not to blow my own horn, but it's been like the Tenenbaum said is, I shoot it, it goes down
yeah,
because it was a good
that
shot,
makes a
and it's
massive difference.
no gamey taste at all. It's just good venison.
Yeah, if the thing takes off, you know that the quality of your meat's going down because as soon as that adrenaline starts pumping through it, and so that's probably what was going on. He was just not such a great shot. Just saying.
Yeah.
I have
Stacey.
a reindeer tenderloin in my fridge at the moment.
Wow, how big is that?
Not even frozen. It's a little piece. It's not a whole one.
Okay, it's not a whole one.
That's a special feature of living in Sweden. You can get that in a grocery store.
Yeah,
That's,
nice.
That's the best. That's the best part of the hunt is you tie the whatever it is. Like we bring a deer back, you put it up on the pole. Immediately you go out and cut out the tenderloin, bring it inside, and cook that thing up fresh.
Yeah. Well, here I don't know. I don't know if this is a cultural thing in Quebec or if this is sort of everywhere because I've only ever hunted in Quebec. But they you do up like the heart and the liver, I think.
Liver can be eaten early. Yes.
Yeah,
Like
the heart-
the heart and the liver like right away that night.
Yeah. So that's one of the things when you're
Mark.
field dressing it is you find the heart and the liver and you put it in bags right away and bring that back. And then when you get a bag, you cut the tenderloin out. You get the three of the. Of course, the last deer I shot, there was no heart left in it.
Whoops.
Ooh. Good shot.
Yeah. He was asking if I've ever tried ostrich. I have, but it was sliced really, really thin. It was like that meat you have in when you dip it in like
Shabu shabu.
Um,
It's
I know what you're talking
fondue.
about.
fondue. Yes, the
Yeah.
French way.
Yeah.
I've had ostrich burgers. If it's a ground ostrich, it's tasty
Oh, really?
stuff.
Yeah.
Flavorful. It's a flavorful meat, but it's different from everything else.
Right. Yeah. Mark is asking if Stacy has whiskey jacks. Well, judging by where she lives, I would say she definitely does. The whiskey jack is also called the Grey Jay or the Canada Jay. I have always only ever really known them as the Grey Jay. I hadn't realized that the whiskey jack and the Grey Jay were the same thing until fairly recently, just about 5 years ago.
So what are we talking about? Is it a bird?
Oh, yeah.
It's a bird.
Yeah.
They can be pretty friendly. In Algonquin Park, you find them on campsites. They get good at borrowing food from people.
So they're the seagull of the wild.
Well, they're a lot cuter, though.
I was gonna say they're sort of cute, but they never give anything back, obviously.
Mm-hmm. Canadian Geographic has been spearheading a campaign to have the whiskey jack. Well, they're calling it the Canada Jay,
As the
named
national bird.
as the national bird. Yeah, it's a great bird to have as your national bird. I hope
They're pretty charismatic.
Yeah, very charismatic.
Oh, can I talk to Stacy for a sec?
Yeah.
Since she's here, I didn't expect her to be here tonight, but Stacy's the. So I talked earlier about how our new special feature for this week's Books Fest is pretty rude, and we're blaming Stacy for that. We're
Why?
going to talk about it more.
Okay.
Thursday night. It was supposed to be. It's a music video. It was supposed to. I was honing in on colored water as the because I take a so Tannenbaum might not know, but I take a normal song and I rewrite the lyrics to something else, and it was supposed to be the subject was supposed to be colored water, not good at Boogs Fest, and we don't drink that kind of crap around here. And then
I'm feeling triggered here, Russell.
yeah, you were supposed to, but it went totally off the rails, and we're blaming Stacy, and she has no idea why. But we'll talk about it Thursday night. So Stacy, you got to be there. We're gonna show at 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Thursday night, so you got to be there for that, Stacy.
Yeah.
We don't mention her in the song, but I'm going to
Sounds
talk about her
hilarious.
afterwards. Why am I getting blamed? Yeah,
Fair. Okay.
you'll find out.
I realized that, like, I said that we were going to talk about if people had anything on their Christmas list or anything this year, and we never got to it because we were talking about what people are doing for the holidays, which is kind of beautiful because we're talking about being together and stuff rather than talking about, consumer horror stuff. But, just realized we forgot about half of my subject matter. Hey, how are you doing the Cornish hens, Russell?
Just like turkeys.
Just-
Well,
And do you
we're
stuff in the bird, or do you do your stuffing separate?
oh, stuff in the bird, absolutely. Anybody who does stuffing on the side or separate is like out of their minds. The whole point of stuffing in the bird is to catch all the juices coming out of the bird. That's what gives the stuffing all the flavor, right?
Yeah, it makes it delicious.
Yes, exactly.
In my family, we do it separately, but I don't agree with it. We used to, like, when it was like my mother used to do it in the bird, and I agree with you completely. Absolutely.
You lose all those juices then. I think that was the whole point in the first place, is we got to catch these juices somehow. Let's put something inside and maybe...
Yeah. And do you put it in a bag and then put it inside, like a baking bag or something, or do you just stuff it in
What?
like holes?
No, you just stuff it in. Why would you put it in a bag? The juices aren't going to hit it if you put it in a bag.
Well, not a plastic bag, like a cloth bag, like a hemp
No,
sack.
just stuff
Not
it
a
in
hemp
there.
sack,
Just
but like
cram it
cheesecloth
in there
kind
as
of
much
thing.
as you can. And I don't know what the recipe is. City Girl does the recipe. Do you want me to find out?
Yeah, because I'll see if it's similar to my recipe, and like, because I love the idea of stuffing these little guys. These little guys. Got 4 of them in the freezer over there.
I tell you what, you get a teenage kid who eats like everything, sorry, not everything, but eats a lot, and you give him a Cornish hen that's stuffed, his own little turkey kind of thing.
Yeah.
You get the white meat, you get the dark meat, you get the stuffing. It's all yours. Just yeah, you get the drumsticks. They're small, but
But they're
it's
all
like
yours.
a little bit of everything. Yeah.
Good night, Simo.
Good night, Simo.
I love it. David's getting himself a pair of snore cancellation headphones. I love it. Oh, Linda says apples and Cornish hens to take the wild taste away. You see, what I usually do is I put in a turkey, like, I cut up an apple, throw that in, and like a carrot, an onion, and some celery or some damn thing to sort of. But I would love to get back to actually putting the stuffing inside the bird. There's some reason. Some people think there's a health reason for not putting the stuffing inside the bird.
As long as you reach the required internal temperature,
Right?
it's not going to be a problem.
Exactly right. So if you're just focused on the temperature of the bird, you might miss the fact that the temperature of the stuffing is not quite where it should be. So, I mean, everybody should have an instant read thermometer. You should know where to check. Know where to check the bird. Know how to check the stuffing.
Yeah.
You're golden. I think it's 165 for stuffing, isn't it, or something like that? Huh.
I don't have an instant read thermometer yet. I keep meaning to pick one up, but stuff gets in the way. There's always something else that's a priority. But I think having a nice instant read thermometer is
That's like for barbecuing. I would say that's the number one instrument everyone should have is instrument thermometer. Yeah.
But I love doing a Russian roulette with salmonella every time I cook something. It's there's a little.
Well, you get something
excitement.
like chicken. Like chicken, you cook a little bit too long, it's dry. It's not going to be good. You cook a little bit not too long, it's salmonella. So it's got to be. That's why you got to have that instant read. Just
chicken. You're riding the line the whole time. Raven's out. Says he's gonna catch up with his own city girl. So all right.
Good night,
Peace
Carol.
Yeah.
I didn't even know Carol was here.
Yeah, Carol. Yeah. Have a good night. Lipstick Lodge says pecans and sultana raisins. My mom used to put sausage in her stuffing too. That sounds phenomenal.
Yeah.
Phenomenal. Oh, we're at 11 o'clock. We could go until like 11:15, but you guys will have to be entertaining while I do a pit stop. Does that sound fair?
We can try our best.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Let the insurrection begin.
Hey. All right, right back.
Oh, darn.
Okay. So David Evans in chat, you were actually mentioned in the special feature for Thursday, and not in a positive light either. I'm really sorry, Dave. I'm going to apologize up front for that one.
It's showbiz, man.
It's showbiz, yeah.
Don't take it personally.
It's all for entertainment. It's all for entertainment. Funny thing is, like, I spent all this time doing one special feature for like a Christmas Books Fest, Christmas live stream. A couple of years ago for our New Year's Eve live stream, we did, oh my god, like 4 new special features. And I ran around for like 3 days doing nothing but special features, and then we only played them once because they were all specific to New Year's Eve.
That is what makes them special.
Yeah, maybe we can reuse some of those for this New Year's Eve. Be nice, David. You won't be chastised in Russell's videos.
He says he doesn't take anything personally, and he's honored.
Well, he hasn't heard yet.
That's his opening position.
If we're negotiating, that's a great spot to start from. Yeah. Oh well. What do we usually talk about in Jess's live streams?
Knives, beer,
Christmas bushcraft.
Christmas bushcraft.
Russell's mad at me because I kept shooting him Left 4 Dead. So, David and I played Left 4 Dead the other night. At the end of the game, it shows you how many friendly fire incidents you had. I had 7, and David had 56. And I think they were all on me. I think he shot me in the back 56 times. Dave went to the psychologist and said, "I'm having a hard time making friends, you son of a bitch." Oh, geez. Yeah, Jess and I played Left 4 Dead last night. Oh my god, we did horribly.
I was thinking I might get an Xbox. I'm not really sure if I have room for that in my life, but I don't know, maybe.
It's kind of a commitment to, I don't know. Oh,
There was leftover poutine upstairs.
Oh,
Grabbed a few forkfuls on my way
you
by.
lucky bugger. I was gonna say if I lived in Montreal, it would be poutine and bagels every day.
And like smoked meat on Fridays.
There you go. Those would be the 3 things I'd eat. And probably Saint-Hubert chicken. Just... String of four things.
Yeah.
Jess, you're looking refreshed. Did you take a nap while you were away there? Yes.
Totally.
Nice.
Poutine is very refreshing.
Yeah, poutine is highly refreshing when you're kind of feeling like you're fading a bit.
It
due to
is the
hunger.
perfect food for drunk, tired people. That's
Yeah.
its real value.
Hey, Tenenbaum, did you several months ago when we were talking about this, when I bought that High Coast Timor whiskey, did you ever
Yeah.
get to Sistembo Belogat to get?
I did. I ended up buying a different High Coast than you did, unfortunately, because I forgot which one you got. I got the Dulve, I think, and you got another one.
Yeah, I
got
had the
the-
Timor.
That's right. Well, I'll try to get the Timber next time I'm there and have a chance.
Very good juice. Like, everyone's all like Scotch, bourbon, but man, there's such good whiskey coming from other countries.
That distillery has a very good reputation.
Yeah.
It doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, I was very, very pleasantly surprised and happy because it's one of the bottles I bought in Alberta, so I paid a really big upcharge for shipping, and it sure as hell ain't affordable anyway here. I don't know if it's that but everything's expensive in Sweden, right?
In general, yeah, and in food and drink especially, it's not cheap.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah,
the only thing that's cheap compared to Canada is real estate. Real estate's pretty cheap here.
Really? So maybe
Yeah.
I should buy my cabin in Sweden instead of trying to find one here.
I think you could get a cabin in Sweden. Your problem would be accessing it. Other than that, you'd have a cabin.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny because I was having this discussion with the missus because she wants to go she wants to go south, right? She wants to go to whatever Republic is in Dominican Republic or like Cuba
Caribbean.
or the Caribbean or something like that,
Yeah.
And whereas
Wait, sorry, for retirement or vacation?
Vacation,
Okay.
whereas I want to see like Iceland or Sweden or whatever. And so, like, every now and again, we sort of have, we're spectacularly non-unanimous about everything, okay? So this week, I got her to agree that if I went to some beach destination with her at some point, we could go to Sweden and I could go wild camping and she would hang out at the campsite so long as she could go down the hill or something and sleep in a bed every night. Like at a cabin, it doesn't have to be a hotel. She's not high maintenance.
That's entirely possible.
In
fact, she could probably stay in luxury even while you were doing that.
She doesn't need luxury. She's really not like, she's.
I was going to say though, when it comes to this conundrum, I think the way you can solve this is by the time of the year that the vacation is, because this is a beautiful part of the world to be in the summer, whereas the Caribbean in the summer is just freaking hot.
Yeah, it's like living on the surface of the sun.
But on the other hand, there's no reason to come here in the winter, whereas the Caribbean in winter is wonderful.
If someday, like, this has to be a 5-year plan, right?
Yeah.
Or a 10-year plan. I would want to hit Sweden and camp there because I'm imagining that you have the same problem as we do here about black flies and mosquitoes.
Up north, oh god, yes. I mean,
so like maybe October, right?
September, October is that perfect window. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, Jess.
Which is tough because she takes August off.
Late August could be okay.
Why August? To be with the kids?
Yeah, there's, we are constantly every year sort of working our vacations around, the fact that we have 2 kids and one of them is in daycare, so there's no summer vacation. Excellent. The other one, on the other hand, is not in school all summer. So, we sort of do this dance with, she takes vacation and I take vacation, and like we try to make it overlap, and like the kids in summer camp. And
can you negotiate, like, instead of like all of August, like 2 weeks of August and then 2 weeks of say late September.
Yeah, maybe it's hard because then suddenly we're still stuck. It depends on the summer camp situation, right? Like on years where the plague isn't blowing the stuffing out of everything, it's a lot simpler.
Plague.
Well, I'm trying not to use any of the trigger terms.
The
Right.
late unpleasantness.
Yeah, the late unpleasantness. Yeah, yes.
Hold on, Stacy, we're shooting at zombies. He's behind me trying to shoot through me at the zombies, right? And I keep getting this symbol saying I'm being attacked from behind. I look around,
Yeah.
there's David's
There's
character
Dave.
standing there.
Friendly fire is a killer, man.
Yeah.
That's why soldiers have that metal plate on their back too.
Yeah.
And a sign saying, "Don't shoot me, mother effer."
Yeah.
You should be able to turn that off, though. I guess you go into easy mode.
Yeah. Canadian says, well, Jess, if all goes well and the stars align, I'll send you a pic from a river in Jamaica we're supposed to kayak to a famous waterfall. Maybe influence you to possibly like the Caribbean. Yeah, here's the thing. I don't want to waste my vacation sitting on a beach. I don't have a problem with being in a hot area. I don't want to lie on this sand.
I can't speak to some of the smaller islands, but Jamaica has mountains.
Yeah.
And it is cooler up high, and there are forests. So if you go to a bigger island, there are options. It doesn't have to be hot and sandy.
I'm of the opinion that I want to go someplace where drinking the water doesn't make me poop 24/7 for the whole vacation.
That's an issue.
Jamaica's a problem that way.
Excuse me.
And I'll tell you what, because we vacation in Jamaica, and they say don't drink the water, but if you drink the water at any of the bars, it's fine because it's bottled water. But we watched, cross contamination is so difficult. We watched a guy rinse off a scoop under a tap water and then scoop ice, and we're told the ice is fine because it's bottled or whatever. I'm like, well, wait, you just rinsed your thing under the tap, and now you're scooping the ice and. Yeah.
Which is why you're supposed to ask for your drink without ice, right?
Yeah, well, it's 30 Celsius, it's 90 Fahrenheit, and you're like, just give me a warm rum and Coke, that's fine.
Yeah, we're good. It's funny because the old fashioned and the Sazerac are both made with a sugar cube that you put like a teaspoon or half a teaspoon of water onto and put some bitters onto, and then you mash it with a muddle. And these are both drinks that predate ice cubes, right? And the thing is, now that we make cocktails with ice and it's very cold, that sugar doesn't dilute as well. So some people have the more modern old fashioned. That doesn't sound right, does it? The more modern old fashioned, but the more modern old fashioned is generally made with simple syrup. But man, I like how the drink changes as you drink it down because the sugar, some of it has dissipated into the liquid, of course, but there's still sort of like that graininess down at the bottom. So when you get to the bottom of your glass, you get that sugary graininess. I think it's great. It's terrific. Stacy, why you gotta be mean to Russell like that? Why you gotta be mean? Right? Oh, I see Russell took you to task, all right. Canadian asked, whoops. Was that one of those oxymoron statements? Well, yeah, it kind of was, actually. That's why I was sort of like stopped. Like, a modern old-fashioned, what? The hell's that?
A newfangled.
A newfangled old-fashioned. I would like to look up the origin of the term newfangled. because I'm the type to do stupid things like that. I wonder where that word comes from. Where's there's an etymological dictionary here sitting here on the shelf. Whoop. Actually, I don't have that anymore. Where's my feelings? Yeah, Stacy, it's fun. It's fun. I get it.
You don't.
But still.
You don't cooperate with David and the zombies. If you cooperate with the zombies, they're just kill you.
Yeah, zombies are not your friend. Zombies are never your friend, Stacy.
You can try and negotiate that all. You can try and negotiate that all you want. Hey, let's work together. Arr!
There's a whole enemy of my enemy thing going on here.
Yeah.
Just wait. Hold on.
You can't reason with a mindless, flesh-eating monster.
But you can potentially manipulate them.
It sounds like you're talking about kids.
Yes, yes, that's exactly what they're. That's a good analogy.
Yeah.
Sorry, that went to a weird place.
That kind of did. I was like, all right, awkward. So we're at 11:15, so we're gonna shut her down for now. Thanks for hanging out for the Christmas special extravaganza here at I was about to say here at Raspberry Rock. What the hell? Here at Raindance Bushcraft. Thanks to Russell and Tenenbaum for hanging out till the bitter end. Canadian is taking off anyway, so if Canadian's leaving, we got to shut her down. So thanks. Have a happy Christmas. I don't know if I'll be on next week. I'll figure that out at some point. But between now and the next time we see each other, stay safe, stay sane, stay healthy, and be kind to one another. Good night, everyone, and happy holidays.
Hey, doll.
Hey, da.